All right. Oh, whoops. Wait. Wait. Sorry. Let me change this. Gotta go to chat and whatever. All right. Let's do it. Oh, there we go. This is a Crypto Rap exclusive. Hello, hello, and welcome everybody. This is Crypto Rap Live. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the market today. Definitely good coins worth taking a look at. Let's check out Housecoin. It's been all the rage lately. 112 million in a month and 6 days. Now this is a runner. I mean, this is exactly what the market wanted. And it seems like it doesn't stop legging up. I mean, it's really impressive how well this has performed. Just parabolic right out of the gate. And then maintaining that momentum. Good to see you, Texas Sally. Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you. So yeah, there was like a good month. And I don't know if you guys remember. The first buzz about Housecoin came in the form of that tweet where somebody had taken these pieces of paper posters to advertise Housecoin. And they put them up in Los Angeles on Hollywood Boulevard. Or on the Walk of Fame or whatever, and yeah, it just said like you can't buy a house, but you can buy a Housecoin or something was the premise. Now I saw that tweet like a month ago and didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, yeah, Housecoin. I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's not like it's going to go to $100 million market cap. Well, they proved me wrong because Ansem absolutely used 100% of his power level to just get this soaring. I mean, if I switch to market cap view here. This thing used to be all the way down at 11 mil, and now it's effectively done at 10 times in the course of just 5 days. A cheeky little 10 times in the past 5 days. So that's astonishing. It's impressive. It's really well done. It's exactly the kind of energy that the market needs right now because people have been bleeding left and right. It hasn't been exactly the best market to make a bag in, but these guys made it work. So kudos to Housecoin, the team, and Ansem, I guess, because I don't think this would have been possible without a lot of diverse paths crossing and stars aligning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. What else should we look at, guys? There's a lot of stuff in the market. Let's just look at some random stuff. I'm just going to click some charts. Here's Locked In. It's a LinkedIn parody, 5 hours, 10 minutes old, but it's kind of looking at the end of its rope. Like this thing was at 1.3 mil and did a great job of rising up right out of the gate, but since then it's totally collapsed and not really looking so good anymore. PVS, let's take a look. They might recover, but who knows? PVS is something that we had our eye on months ago. It was so promising right out of the gate, but since then it's been iffy. The one advantage that PVS has is it's a real project, right? It's not just a meme coin. It's not a fleeting narrative. It's not nonsense. I mean, here they are at a booth presenting their tech or whatever. It's supposed to be something real. It's an ecosystem utility token and is connected to dApps that you can use online. So in that sense, it offers more than most in this market, and that's going to be their key to victory. And you've seen that play out on this chart here because they've had heavy retraces. I remember that first day when it went to 15 mil. It was fantastic. It's retraced quite a bit since then, but it has that resilience factor, right? Because they have a real product, because there's a team, because they're actually doing something here, there's always going to be that momentum, that forward movement. So good on PVS. Not a bad looking project. What else is going on? Let's click another random thing. Oh, Land. So Land is a derivative of Housecoin. Housecoin, of course, hitting 100 million. So there's going to be a lot of derivatives coming now. This thing is only a day and 10 hours old. It's pushing 3 million, which is not bad by any means. Log says, I faded Housecoin at 4 million. That's horrific, bro. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Honestly, in this market, you wouldn't expect a coin to run much more than 4 million, but 100 million? I don't think anyone could have expected that. Stapaloo says, how old are you? Are you my CIA agent or my FBI agent? Because you should know this already. Chart finna crash on this one or on Housecoin? On Housecoin, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, it's so tricky, right? Because it's outperformed everyone's expectations, I think. And sometimes you just have a miracle 1 in a million runner that doesn't stop. And Housecoin might be that. It might be the next, 2, 3, 4, $500 million runner. People are comparing it a lot to Fartcoin. The narrative is strong over there. But the other one, Landcoin, this thing is a derivative, so it's going to be contingent on the success of Housecoin. It's performed well right out of the gate, but 3 million is a far cry from 100 million. You already see a lot of sell pressure here on the top. There's going to be some resistance to push past this point, but like I just said, if Housecoin continues to run and blows people's expectations out of the water, I don't see any reason why this shouldn't follow. Jordan says Vinecoin. Let's check it out. Staplu says, why do you people listen to him? He has no crypto knowledge. He just guesses. Who's listening to me? There's fucking 3 people in the chat and you're one of them, Staplu. Jesus fucking Christ. Go bother someone else, you weirdo kid. $45 million market cap. 3 months, 7 days old. $2.7 million volume. Jordan says, I have my bag in Bike. I've been DCA into it for months. Oh, in Vine. Vine is an interesting one because I had such great expectations for Vine when it launched, but this chart tells the opposite story, right? And that could be a case of the wrong place at the wrong time, right? When Vine launched, the market was in a little bit of a euphoria. It was pretty concurrent with the launch of the Trump coin, and that woke people up. That made people very excited. But after that, you had the Melania launch, you had the subsequent negative price action, the tariffs pretty much screwed the whole economy over, and crypto bled heavily. I mean, Bitcoin saw under 80K, Solana falling from almost 300 all the way back down to 100. Ethereum, God forbid, still hasn't recovered. And so the market was a bloodbath, honestly, and Vinecoin suffered from that price action. Now, what do they have going for it is it's the original creator of Vine. So that is interesting. There's supposed to be a product attached to this. When the coin was first launched, there was all this speculation about bringing the Vine platform back and saying that it was going to be integrated directly with X. There was a number of leaked behind-the-scenes documents. Maybe it could have been LARP, but people were speculating that the Vine coin was going to be part of the re-rollout of the Vine app through X, that you would have essentially a TikTok-like app directly integrated to X, and that it would run on Vine. And that the same way that you can give me coins on my stream right now, you would be able to give people Vine coins on their content, presumably on the X platform. That rumor buzz that brought this coin from 0 up to $500 million has certainly calmed down, because we've seen a 90% retrace since then, and not really signs of life. I mean, it's kind of doing this back and forth bouncing consolidation range thing, but there's been radio silence coming from the dev team over on Vine. I haven't heard of any major developments or any sort of fruition to all of these rumors that were flying around, 3 months ago, which is a shame, because I wanted to see that platform come back in a big way, and I wanted crypto to be an integral part of it. I hope that it comes back, right? Like, if you pay attention to what's happening here, there's definitely a cup, right? So there's a little bit of a change in trend going on. Seems like this might start to recover soon. But again, you're dealing with a lot of sell pressure. You're dealing with 90% of the chart on top of you. And without any solid, tangible product, it's going to be difficult to sell this to people. So I like Vinecoin. It's cool that you've been accumulating, because at the 90% retrace would definitely be your time to DCA. Will it bounce back? I really hope so, because that's going to be a sign of the market overall and the strength of the crypto ecosystem overall. So it's a dope project, though. I really loved covering it back a couple months ago when we did. Let's look at Cope, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this on my feed today. It's honestly not doing well, though. In fact, it seems like it just got some pretty gnarly red candles in there. I think they're making an exit. Let's look at the hours. Yeah, this has all the shapes of a farm, I'm not gonna lie. Not really looking like a solid project. Flew right out of the gate, dev sold. Bounced a little bit, you're seeing a lot of pressure still. I think they still have wallets ready to dump. Not a good look. What else is going on? 100 men versus 1 gorilla, MVG. This meme has been pretty major on X. The chart hasn't performed as well as some of the other ones. This thing, but like if you had got in at 44K or whatever when this first started, it would have been amazing for you, right? I mean, that's looking at over 100 times from the bottom. 7 million at the top here. It's a strong meme with a lot of presence. You can't really go on X without seeing something about this gorilla nonsense. And even reached its way over to TikTok now. I've seen quite a few TikTok posts about this gorilla thing too. So it is a cultural movement. In fact, today I was on YouTube because I was making this music video and I was trying to find gorilla versus man clips. And there are so many man versus gorilla videos on YouTube. It looks like every single YouTuber in the world sat down in front of their webcam and was like, this is what I think will happen in the 100 gorilla versus man or whatever bullshit. Refusal says, hey man, any tips for getting into trading? Absolutely. So first things first, never invest more than you're willing to lose. You can't depend on this to be your sole income unless you're actually that good. So only play with a little bit at a time. If you're not doing that, you're not going to make it. Are you still here in the chat? I'm not seeing you. If you're still here in the chat, I'll continue. I haven't started yet. How much would be a good range to play? So the good news about chains like Solana and Base and some of the other layer 2s or whatever, the fees are so low that you can really play with any amount. You don't have to risk a lot. And if you find a genuinely good coin pretty early, you're going to see crazy returns on even small investments. I've seen people from my Discord turn literally $5 into literally 5 figures, like $5 to 10K, $5 to 15K. I've seen it happen before. Refusal says, I caught a good coin last night, went from 200 to 3.4 mil. Fantastic. You're off to a good start. Was that like Cope or Land or which one was that? But anyways, that's a great start. The other advice I would give you, if you already know how to trade, which it seems like you do because you've already aped a coin, you have to find a community, right? The space is all about edge, and some of the best edge you can get, more heads are better than one. So you got to find some group of people that you're trading with that are putting you on to other projects and stuff. And it's got to be a quality community. You can't just be a bunch of people trying to shill you exit liquidity or trying to make a bag off of you. Hopefully you find a community of people that actually want to see you succeed and try to help identify good projects. So if you want that, the Crypto Rap Discord is that. It's the best community in the space. There's over 3,000 people in there. They're all real people. They came directly from this stream. And they're in there 24/7, 365 finding good projects. You jump in there and you type in the leaderboard. Just this week, they've called like 100 times, a couple 30 times is. A lot of good plays in there, a lot of good conversation. So that would be my recommendation, seriously. If you're asking for my advice, don't take my advice. Jump in that group. The link is right there in the chat, and talk to some of those guys because they are cracked. They are really quite talented. All right, what else is going on? Let's look at... any of these looking really good? For some reason, I can't even see the market cap on here. Who's got the most volume? Let's look at Shortcoin. Wow, this looks great. This is half a day old, 12 hours and 12 minutes. Wait, did I just close that? No, okay. So 12 hours and 12 minutes. $2.6 million market cap and 13 million volume, which is incredible. I mean, that's really, really exceptional. We're seeing a bit of a resurgence for sure. Housecoin running up to 100 mil has woken the market in a lot of ways. Hopefully it's going to change people's attitude towards coins. The problem we've been having is this cultural shift towards holding things shorter. Everybody's selling, trying to get as little profit as possible. When in reality, the game theory of it is we all win the longer we hold if we all hold the same thing. And Housecoin has proved that on a micro scale. Now it's time for that to scale up and hit the macro on the market. This coin, I think, is a good representative of that, right? Like, you have a derivative play that's shredded up 3 million with a ton of volume in half a day. And I'm not going to lie, this is probably going to be much lower than where it's at right now by this time tomorrow. But if you got in on this early, congratulations. You absolutely cooked. And these are the plays that you should be looking for getting in on early in this current market condition. Because if you can pull it off, it's a good play for sure. Let's look at Lemon. I dropped the Lemon wrap yesterday. They just rug pulled today. I saw them climbing up to 8 mil. Now they just dropped to 5 mil. It's at 5 mil right now. 2 days, 3 hours old. Strong community in there. It was a great looking chart. Decent movement here. A lot of big name KOLs promoting it too. But the iffy part is some of the big name KOLs that I saw promoting it are guys that definitely are liable to dump on you. And I think that's what we're seeing play out on the chart right now. Everyone that promoted this pretty much has to get their bag somehow, and that's at the expense of the investors that bought the top. So you're seeing a little bit of a heavier dip than I would like from any other project here, but hopefully it recovers pretty soon. We'll see. Might just get sold to zero from this point. Let's look at Troll. Wow. Troll is another brilliant example following pretty much the same trajectory of Housecoin. Pushing 35 mil right now and still climbing. I don't see any barrier for this reaching 100 mil at this point. Just needs that consistent effort from the community and that undying will to get to the top. How long have you been trading? Maybe like 6 years now or some shit. Like half a decade maybe. I've seen a couple bull runs, a couple bear runs. And right now we're in a little bit of a liminal space. We're kind of between the bear run that we were in for the past few months and hopefully a budding bull run that we're going to see coming into the summer this year. But yeah, this chart looks fantastic, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. There might be a pretty decent dip and retrace because we saw that happen at similar price breakouts before. But I don't think it'll be the end of the story. I mean, every day I jump on X, I see a bunch of people talking about this coin. So there's an energy there. Let me see, actually. I'm pretty sure Crypto Rap Chat called this pretty early. Wow, 3,500 times, 80 times, 54 times. That's crazy. These guys had some crazy calls. Only at 10 times on Troll, but I think it's because we actually deleted the previous bot and added a new bot. And our old leaderboards got wiped when we did that, which is a shame because the old leaderboards had like 400 times calls, 500 times calls, a couple thousand times calls. We'll get back there. Anything special going on in the market here? Not really. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. So yeah, Troll can be cool going forward. I'm actually, yeah, let's see. Pasternak, strong community on Troll, definitely. Troll has one of the strongest communities in the space that I've seen for a while. Their energy on X is pretty unmatched right now. They bring a lot of tweets, a lot of troll-centric culture over there. It's a solid narrative, right? I mean, it's one of the most popular memes of all time. And philosophically, crypto people love trolling. They're kind of in the same boat as a lot of the original troll folks demographically. So we'll see. A lot of red on these 5-minute charts. Interesting. This thing got wrecked. Chachama. Good to see you, Xanders. Pleasure to have you on the stream. just trying to look for a decent coin. Not too much going on. We pretty much went through all of the top movers. You have a Telegram? Yeah, I have a Telegram. My Discord is way more active than my Telegram, but so there's my Discord right there. I just pinned it. Telegram, you can find me at the same @ as my TikTok account. @CryptoRapCalls is the Telegram group. So type that in on your shit and you'll see it. Same as my TikTok. Telegram is better, is where everything moves. Yeah, I've been in the space for a long ass time, and I used to agree with that statement until I found my Discord, or I guess I made my Discord, and then I noticed that they were calling everything way earlier than on my private Telegram chats, until I started seeing like multiple thousand times calls, and I had to give everyone all these 100 times badges. I've given away like fucking, I don't know, 50 100 times badges in that group. And then I was like, okay, there's an untapped potential there on Discord. But yeah, so the Telegram doesn't get a lot of love, but the Discord's hella active. What else is going on? This thing just got rug pulled. A lot of rug pulls out there in the market right now, so be careful. But actually, I gotta go right now, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Hit that follow button, join that Discord. I will see you guys later. I'm probably gonna stream a little bit later today, so I'll see you guys then. It's been a pleasure to have you. God bless you. God bless your portfolio. Cheers, be well, and I'll see you around. Peace out.